Hi, my name is Rhett Green, and I will be showing you my backdoor I created using FatRat. And I will be doing this on a Linux system because FatRat doesn't really like working with Mac. It would be possible to run the attack on a Mac, but for the purpose of this, I'm just going to run it on the Linux system and attack itself because of file sharing, getting files outside of it. So without further ado, here I'm going to show you how it starts. So I've got FatRat running up here in this terminal, and I'm going to just choose the first option because I'm going to create a backdoor. I'm going to use MSF Venom. It's a built-in package that is built in through Metasploit, another package that I've been using. So I'll do one. And so this is where I choose the type of a system I'm attacking. And since I'm attacking a Linux, I'm going to use one. I'll put one again. So this is now asking me the IP address. So that is my IP address, my local IP address, and that's what I'm going to set because I'm just showing where I want the backdoor to be connected to the host. Host would be me, so 10.0.2.15. Next, I'm setting the loading port. This is just where I want to load the port information into. I'm just going to use random port being 666. Please enter the base name. So this is just a name for my executable. I'm just going to call it hack. So here is the base name. Alright, so this is where I'm choosing the system I'm attacking. So here I'm going to be using Linux, and I want to use that interpreter reverse TCP. That's just the type of reverse shell that I'm setting up, and this is how I choose it. So I've got that set up. So here it's working on generating that backdoor executable, which will basically just grant me access if I have a proper listener set up. So it was created. As we can see here, it was stored in FatRat generated hack.e, which is actually what I have opened up down here, and I'll just test and see if it's in there, and I can see hack.elf is in there. So I'm going to return to the main menu, and now I need to set up a listener. This is the next step. This is how I can get my machine to listen for that executable for when it's opened on a different device. That way it sets up the connection. So here I'm going to use, sorry, I'm going to need to open up a new one here. Run it again. Sudo, I have to run this through root. Sorry about this. So I'm in root now. Okay, so now that I'm back inside the FatRat, what I'm going to try to do is load or create an auto listener. If I already had one, I can use the same command, but I'm going to go ahead and create another one from scratch. So basically, what system am I trying to create the listener for? I'm going to be doing it for Linux. So here we go. And basically, what is the payload? What was the payload I had before? And I'm going to use the same one, that number 3 reverse interpreter Linux x86. That's going to create the shell. And so here we're using a local host IP. What am I hosting on? It'll just be my host IP, given above, .2.15. And this is the same port that I am creating executable on because I want them to communicate each other through that port. So set that, and once this configured to use in the future, yes. I'm going to call this my Linux listener. Okay, so now I want to load that saved one. So I'm going to go here, and you'll see I've had other ones before, but I'm going to use my Linux listener .rc. Now that that is opened, it'll open up my MSF console. No session was created. That makes sense. I haven't opened the file yet. But what we're going to go ahead and do here is open that file. As you can see, I'm going to say, so I need to create that. Basically, I just don't want somebody to click on this file, but for the purpose of this experiment, I have to create into an executable and then run it. So I'm just going to use cmod plus x. This is just creating the executable hack.elf. And now I'm just going to run hack.elf. So this doesn't matter. This is just creating this this executable. Wherever this is, it's gonna. I could run this on any computer, and wherever it's run, it will open up back to my host computer, which in this case is the same computer. But I run that now, and as you can see over here on the right, it's opening up an interpreter session. So that basically just means I am now connected to that computer. As soon as they open that file and that file is executed on the device, I am given access to said device. So now that I have that device here over here, I can. There's different commands you can do. I could create files. I could add files to the system. I could take files off of the system. I have access to the files of the system. I can tell you what kind of system it is. Just running this here, it shows you this is me connected to the system, and you can tell here that it is an continuous connection. So yeah, that's my demo. I have created a backdoor for a system and implemented it. Thank you.